guess the first time you try something like this, of course, it's going to kind of blow up and your computer goes dead. I just moved locations to get closer to my Wi-Fi router. So I'm going to hope that this now works. So anyways, happy Tuesday. I'm on Facebook Live for the first time, and it blew up the first time. So actually now, this is my second time. So I've already done it once, so maybe I'm now considered an expert. But I am here to really talk to you about this interesting text that my mom sent me about a week ago. And it was a very interesting question. And I thought if, you know, Nana knows about this or is interested in hearing about this little, you know, topic, that I think probably some of you guys too. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a background as to kind of why I'm here and what kind of pushed me to do this sooner rather than later, I should say. So a little bit of background is I have been a certified group fitness instructor and trainer for well over 13 years. And I love it. It is a huge passion of mine. And I think why I've stuck with it for so long and why I like it so much is really on any given day, I have between 8 and 20 women, and sometimes men, who trust me with their hour to work out, their hour to get fit. I give them a great sweat session. And along the way, in all these years I've been training clients inside the gym, I watch them get results, lose some weight, get stronger, get those push-ups a little lower, and that has been super rewarding for me. And really all of these kind of training inside of the gym and letting women see results within working out, there is a bigger piece to this puzzle. And that bigger piece is nutrition. And really, if you want to see a big push in your weight loss goals, fat loss goals, or just general health goals, you've got to focus on nutrition. Don't leave the gym. The gym is very important, but nutrition really is where it's at. You know, we've all heard you cannot out-train a bad diet. Abs are made in the kitchen, and that really is the truth. So over the last 2 years or so, I've been kind of in the background expanding my knowledge in this realm. I am a certified health coach through the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. I'm almost finished with my Precision Nutrition certification, and I am also a certified coach for the Faster Way to Fat Loss program, which I love. And so through all these years of helping women inside of the gym, I am anxious to help women outside of the gym. You know, I love taking pictures of my food, and I post them on Instagram, and really that is to give other moms healthy tips and tricks on convenient meals and way to kind of stay on track with their nutrition. In my class with my clients, probably 2 or 3 times a week, I give dinner inspiration and meal planning tips, and I really get some great feedback when I share with others this way. So really for me in 2018, my goal is to start helping women more outside of the gym than inside of the gym. I'm not leaving the gym, but I just want to reach more women outside of the gym and really help people with nutrition, kind of be your tour guide, and help reach some weight loss, fat loss, or just general health goals through nutrition. So that's kind of a background as to why I'm on here and why I'm probably going to get back on if my computer doesn't, you know, bleep out on me again. But let's get to this. I've got some exciting things kind of coming up, so I hope you'll kind of hang out with me. But let's get to this question that my mom asked, this interesting question. So the question was via text, honey, what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? And I got a big smile on my face because intermittent fasting is a nutritional strategy that I have been practicing for well over a year, and is why I chose to invest my time and money into becoming a coach for the Faster Way to Fat Loss program. But I kind of thought it was more of like an upper level strategy and not necessarily something that my mom would know anything about or would want to know about. So I was super interested in where she had heard about this before. Well, it turns out she was at a nutrition seminar with some friends in Arizona, and intermittent fasting was a part of the curriculum, and how intermittent fasting can be beneficial to your health. So like I said, I figured if Nana wanted to know a little bit more, you guys probably do. So let me give you the quick intermittent fasting 101. So intermittent fasting is not a diet necessarily. It would be more considered like an eating schedule. And an eating schedule where you put your body into two different states, a fed state and a fasted state. And within a fed state, I'm talking about not just what you're physically putting in your mouth, but eating and the process of digestion. And really that process takes a long time, really from 8 to 12 hours from the time you physically eat. It takes all that time to digest. And without getting super sciencey, when you are in a fed state, your insulin levels are up. And when your insulin levels are up, it is more challenging for your body to burn fat as fuel and to burn fat. When you're conversely, when you're in a fasted state, your insulin levels are down, making it much easier for your body to burn fat as fuel. And that's really what we're after. We want to be fat burners, not sugar burners. But what's interesting is that rarely people get into this fasted state throughout the day, because the digestion process takes so long, but two, we've been taught and told for many years that in order to keep your metabolism revved up, you have to eat 6 mini meals a day. Keep that metabolism stoked. And really all you're doing is not allowing those insulin levels to drop, get into that fasted state and start burning fat. So really, the big why of intermittent fasting is to teach your body how to become a fat burner. So while that is super awesome, there are other great health benefits to intermittent fasting. It's been shown to help with brain aging. In fact, the Today Show just did a piece about its possible effects on Alzheimer's. Intermittent fasting also has your body producing more human growth hormone, which helps with muscle preservation and muscle building, which the more muscle we have, the higher our metabolism is. Muscles are a good thing. And also too, a rest from digestion is good for us. When we allow our body to rest from digestion, we can improve health, improve gut health, and some immunity health as well. And really, fasting has been around for a long time. In fact, Benjamin Franklin, let me see what he said. He is quoted to have said, Benjamin Franklin, "The best of all medicines are resting and fasting." So it's really nothing new. So you might be saying now, okay, perfect. I just don't eat and I get into this fasted state. And then I start burning fat because I haven't eaten. No. Well, not no, but not really. You do eat. What you will be doing is eating in a window, or kind of what we would call a feeding window, and then fasting the rest of the time. So within the intermittent fasting realm, there's several different ways that you can go about it. But I would say the most common, the most popular, because it's the most sustainable, and the one that I follow is called the 16-8. So you fast for 16 hours a day and you eat for 8. Now you might say, oh, I could never go 16 hours without eating. Well, you're really asleep for half of those hours, or for a good chunk of those hours. So it's really not as hard as one would think, and especially with a little bit of practice, it's really not as hard. So let me just kind of give you what that would look like. So 8 p.m., you just finished eating. You go to bed. You sleep all night, you wake up the next day, and now you intentionally skip breakfast. And you don't start eating, or you break your fast, which could be with a breakfast, at noon, and then you eat until 8. So you have now fed for 8 hours, noon to 8 p.m., and then you will have fasted for 16, 8 p.m. till noon the next day, and you just repeat that. Now what's nice about it is it's flexible. I went out with some girlfriends and I stopped eating at 9. Well, then now the next day, I'm not gonna break my fast until 1. Again, with a little bit of practice, it's not as hard as you think it might be. Now, the one thing I'm going to share with you is intermittent fasting is not calorie restriction. You are not restricting your calories. You are simply eating the same amount of calories, the same amount of macronutrients, just in a shorter period of time throughout the day. So you are allowing that body to get into that fasted state where you are burning fat. So for me, a total bonus to intermittent fasting is that, I have in a day my calorie goals, my macronutrient goals that I adhere to. And so for me, what intermittent fasting did is it was much easier and more satisfying to stick to my calorie and macronutrient counts within that 8-hour window rather than eating it across the entire day. I would sometimes find myself getting to 5:00 p.m. and being like, I've got 350 calories left, to kind of match my goals of what I was trying to do. And that's not going to be a very satisfying dinner. So for me with intermittent fasting, as I was managing my macronutrients in that 8-hour window, I feel fuller, I'm more satisfied, I snack less, I actually have less hunger pains. So while it's not calorie restrictive, that 8-hour window can sometimes serve as a bonus with your overall end of the day goals. So to answer Nana's question, what are my thoughts on intermittent fasting? First thought, I think intermittent fasting is a great nutritional strategy to help you burn fat, help your body become a fat burner. 2, I think intermittent fasting can be easily done and can be a sustainable practice in your lifestyle. But I also want to remind you that intermittent fasting is not calorie restrictive. We are not just eating less calories to get to that fasted state. So there's kind of the intermittent fasting 101. I am excited because I have been working on kind of behind the scenes a little mini intermittent fasting or kind of 7-day trial where in this program there will be intermittent fasting 101, carb cycling 101, a 7-day sample meal plan, some bonus recipes, a grocery list. So keep an eye out for that. And in 2018, I have some other things that I'm excited to kind of roll out. Feel free to ask me any questions about intermittent fasting and I will try to help you out. But otherwise, thank you for joining me a second time on Facebook Live in one day. And that wasn't so bad. So look forward to more tips and tricks in the realm of nutrition and weight loss and all of the above. Happy Tuesday, and thanks again.